Hello everybody, it's Bob LPs, and welcome to my playthrough of Pokemon Leaf Green version. I'm going to be doing Leaf Green, but I'm also going to be telling some of the stuff like the differences between Fire Red and Leaf Green, such as different ratios and different percentages of things happening at different times, and then Pokemon that are exclusive to one and not the other, etc, etc. But without any further ado, let's begin. Alrighty, and yeah, these are the controls. This is your basic up, down, left, right, B, A, start, select. L and R are going to serve a certain function that I'm probably not even going to use. I'm going to show it off once the time comes, but I'm probably not even going to use it that much. Hello there, glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. Now, I don't know if they affectionately refer to you as anything, but anyway, this world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling, also known as slavery. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession to learn how to enslave them. As so. But first, tell me a little about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl? Let me check. Turns out I'm a boy. And, let's start with your name. Okay, so my name is Jonathan, but since no Pokemon game wants to give me the full 9 characters that I need, I have to call myself John. Right, so your name is John. Yes. And this is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies. What was his name now? Well, I can tell you why we're rivals. Because just because he has an E at the end of his name, he thinks he's so much cooler than me. Thinks he's so awesome, but he's not. Was it Johnny? Yes, that's right. Now I remember. Now his name is Johnny. John, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. Alrighty. So before we do anything, I actually want to come over here to this PC. If you boot it up and go to item storage and withdraw an item, you'll see that there's a potion in here, which restores the HP of a Pokemon by 20 HP. Even though we don't have a Pokemon yet, we can still get an item used for Pokemon. If we go to the start menu, some of the stuff you'll be able to mess with, like, from the get-go. First of all, in options, I want to make sure my text speed is on fast. Well, I figured I'd go through the options if I hit A. My mistake. Text speed is fast, because anything lower than that is, like, outrageously slow. Battle scene I'm going to leave on. That's where you can, watch the animations of all the moves and stuff like that. Battle style. Now some people get confused and forget what this means. Shift means that whenever an opponent is about to send out a new Pokemon, it'll tell you what the Pokemon is, and it'll ask you if you want to switch. But to add a little bit of a challenge to this game, because personally I find it too easy sometimes, I'm going to change the battle style to set. They're not going to tell me anything. Whenever a Pokemon is KO'd, they're going to just throw the next one in. I'm not going to know what it is before I see it. I'm not going to get a chance to switch. Nothing. I'm stuck with whoever I have out. So that's a way to make the game a little more challenging for me. I don't really care about the frame. That just changes like the borders of stuff such as this. But like I don't really care for any of the other ones, so I'm just going to leave it at 1. And here's your trainer card where you'll be able to see how much money you've got, how much time you've been how much time you've been playing the game, excuse me. And you can see like right when we went to the menu it switched from 0 to 1, so we've been wasting about a minute of our time. Sorry about that. Let's waste more time. Let's play the NES. Okay, I'm done. Alright, let's head downstairs. Let's talk to our mother. Right, all boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. Well, if you take your parental guidance instructions from TV... Oh, God. I'm screwed. Anyway, something I find kind of weird. Alright, if I come upstairs, all this is my room. All this upstairs is my room. You go downstairs. It's a small living room area and a kitchen. Your mom doesn't have a room. Does she just sleep on the table? Does she sleep in the plant? Or the other plant? Who knows? But anyway, without any more distractions, let's head out on our adventure! Hey, wait, don't go out. What? It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in the tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. And he brings us to his lab. Everything Oak does seems so pedophilic. He's lucky everyone in the world knows him. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Johnny, let me think. Oh, that's right, I told you to come. Oh, God. Pedophilic Oak, here we go. Here, John. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha. The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer, but now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can choose one. Well, you can have one. Go out and choose. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Johnny. You can have one too. Now, this kind of sucks because actually the fact that you get to choose first means that your douchebag of a rival gets to choose the Pokemon that's strong against yours. And here's where something's going to go into place where I start explaining all the Pokemon as they show up for the first time. First up, we have Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur, once it's fully evolved, will specialize in special attack and special defense. It'll specialize in special attack and special defense. Anyway, all the rest of its stats are pretty average. Same goes for all the starters. All their stats are pretty average with the exception of 1 or 2 particular stats. Bulbasaur doesn't learn the greatest amount of moves, but he is Grass and Poison, which does give him resistance to quite a few Pokemon and will actually do pretty well against a lot of the earlier challenges that you've got to face. So this is definitely not a bad choice to get yourself off your feet. Next up here we got Squirtle. Squirtle is actually pretty much the best choice in my opinion. A lot of people do one Pokemon speed runs and choose Squirtle because it's just the easiest to go with. It learns great moves that covers pretty much everything, and then it's got extremely good defense and special defense, so it can take a lot of hits. So that's basically it for Squirtle, except out of the 3 starters, Squirtle's the only one that doesn't get a subtype once it's fully evolved. Like Bulbasaur is going to be Grass and Poison. Squirtle's just going to stay Water the entire time. You don't lose or gain any resistance or weaknesses to any other Pokemon, so you could stay pretty much balanced the entire game. And random fun fact, Squirtle was actually the first Pokemon I got to level 100 legit without the use of any kind of cheating program or online battle simulator or whatever. It evolved into Blastoise, of course, but whatever. Last but not least, we got my personal favorite Pokemon, Charmander, or more likely his fully evolved form, Charizard. Charmander, once it's fully evolved, will gain a flying subtype, which will allow him to fly and will also give him immunity to ground type attacks, but then he also gains weakness to electric and like a quad weakness to rock. So that's kind of bad, but he specializes in a special attack and speed when he's fully evolved. He'll outspeed a majority of the things you have to fight up against. And he learns a heck of a lot of good moves, so this is definitely the popular choice. But since I've already done a playthrough with Charmander and Squirtle's like the easiest thing to run through the game with just one Pokemon with, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Bulbasaur since I've never actually beaten the game with Bulbasaur. Like, I've never beaten it completely. I started a file but never beat it. So John, you want to go with the grass Pokemon Bulbasaur? Yes, I do. This Pokemon is really quite energetic. Great. It's energetic like me. We're gonna get along great. Alright, you want to give a nickname to Bulbasaur? Sure, why not? And I know this is kind of a overused name, but from the first Pokemon movie, there was a Venusaur that somebody nicknamed Root, so I'm gonna name it after that. If someone can come up with a better name, or if I can come up with a better one myself, I may change it later, because there is a time when you're gonna be able to go to someone called the Name Raider, and you'll basically be able to change any Pokemon's name at any time as long as it's your own Pokemon. I'll take this one then. Alright, so he got Charmander, the stronger version, well, not stronger version, but the Pokemon stronger than us looking at just type. So anyway, let's talk to him real quick. My Pokemon looks a lot tougher than yours. Okay, we'll see. Wait, John, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Now, that potion that I picked up is probably going to come in handy because odds are I'm going to have to use it only because I picked Bulbasaur. So he's going to send out Charmander. I'm going to send out Bulbasaur. Again, your rival's always going to pick the Pokemon that's stronger than yours by type. So if you chose Bulbasaur, he's going to have Charmander. If you chose Charmander, he's going to have Squirtle. And if you chose Squirtle, he's going to have Bulbasaur. Now, the reason I say I'm probably going to have to use my potion, because I'm about to use Tackle on Charmander. Now, I'm assuming we probably have the same speed because I'm going first, and Charmander's usually faster. Yeah, we gotta make the opponent faint. I'm using Tackle right now. He has Scratch. Scratch is a little bit more powerful than Tackle. And if he happens to go first, then he actually should have beaten me. But for some reason, he's not going first. I think I'm actually faster than him. That's very convenient, so I don't even have to waste my potion. Awesome. And useless crit for the win. Alright, so you gain 69 experience points. Here we go. More sexual innuendos in the Professor Oak laboratory. Alright, and you definitely want to win this fight because it's a very quick way to gain a level, and you're almost halfway to leveling up again. If you don't level up at all, you're going to be weaker against wild Pokemon, and it's just going to take even longer to level up at all. So you definitely want to win that first battle, whether you use that potion or not. What? Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon! And you gain 80 Pokédollars for winning. Excellent! If you win, you'll earn prize money, and your Pokemon will grow. Battle other trainers and make yourself strong. Or your Pokemon strong, because you can't really make yourself strong. You don't fight the Pokemon, that'd be animal cruelty. Alright, and with that, let's talk to Oak one last time before we head out. John, raise your young Pokemon by making it battle. It has to battle for it to grow. Alrighty. And with that, I'm gonna go to my Pokemon real quick. Your Pokemon automatically gets healed after that battle, but from here on out, if you want to heal, you're either gonna have to use items or you're gonna have to go to a certain place to get your Pokemon replenished with their health points and their power points to be able to use all their moves, which I'll get to whenever we get to that. Anyway, here on Route 1, you can actually run into wild Pokemon in this grass. I'm surprised I haven't run into one yet. I'd like to run into one. Here we go. Alright, and first up, we have a Rattata. The Pokemon in this route are going to be pretty weak, but I do want to go ahead and get the Pokemon bios for these out of the way, even though you can't even capture them yet. Rattata, a lot of people say it really sucks, but personally, I think it's actually pretty useful at certain times. Early on in the game, it's going to have access to a move called Quick Attack, which will allow you to basically attack first all the time. Then you get same type attack bonus because it's a normal type Pokemon. And then it learns other good moves, like throughout the entire game. It's got pretty good speed and attack to back itself up. Other than that, it's pretty lackluster in all the rest of the stats. But if you can hit first and get some good wins out of it, there you go. It's a great Pokemon. The other Pokemon that I haven't run into yet, I was hoping I'd run into right here, is Pidgey. Pidgey is your standard normal flying type Pokemon. There's several of them in this game, and if you count all the Pokemon games ever, there's a lot of normal flying types. But Pidgey is the most average across the board. He's got decent everything, like none of his stats really stand out too much. So it's a very average Pokemon that could pretty much be used in any situation. So if you want a decent normal flying type, there you go. That's a great Pokemon to start off with. Personally, I'm not going to be picking one up though, and I've got my entire Pokemon team planned out, so if anyone wants to make suggestions, please leave those out. However, if you want me to catch a Pokemon just for the heck of it, and you want me to nickname it, go ahead and leave those kind of comments in the comment section, because at some point in the game, I'm actually going to have a certain number of Pokemon, by which time I'd like you guys to help me out by telling me which Pokemon I should catch, and that'll kind of be a way for me to let you guys be involved with my my little project here. Anyway, now we're in Viridian City. This place with the PC next to it doesn't stand for like PC like your computer. It stands for Pokemon Center. Anyway, if you come in here, you talk to the pink-haired lady behind the counter. Welcome to our Pokemon Center. Would you like me to heal your Pokemon back to perfect health? Yes. Come here whenever you can. That will fully replenish everything on all your Pokemon. Not just one, it'll do all of them. I just happen to have only one Pokemon right now. Anyway, if you want to, you can head out to this route over here and you can run into some more Pokemon, but I'm not going to head over there just yet. Plus, there's actually going to be an optional battle that you can do over there, but you can't even access it just yet. You have to get a main event out of the way. If you try to come up here, I absolutely forbid you from going through here. This is private property. Oh, Grandpa, don't be so mean. I'm so sorry, he hasn't had his coffee yet. Well, that explains everything. He's passed out in the middle of the road and forbids me to pass because an old man lying in the middle of the road definitely has the power to stop me from walking by. Pokemon logic for you. Anyway, what you have to do is come here to the Pokemart. Hey, you came from Pallet Town? You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? And you get Oak's parcel. Now, if you want to buy any items here, you can. Not. Because no matter how many times you come in and out, he's just going to say, oh, hi, thanks, please say hi to Professor Oaks for me, blah, 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 blah. So you cannot buy items yet. Once you deliver Oak's parcel, that will be completely open up to you. Now, one last informational thing I got to show. These ledges like this, if you hop down them, it's a much faster way to get back to Pallet Town. There's other shortcuts like this throughout the game, so you don't have to run into wild Pokemon in the grass. However, sometimes you're going to have to run into the grass regardless, such as this. Thankfully, we didn't run into any Pokemon right there, or else that would have sucked. I would have to cut again. But anyway. Actually, no, I actually haven't cut at all, like, since the beginning of the LP. I'm kind of surprised. Alright, if we come talk to Oak. Oh, John, how's my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me? And we delivered his parcel. Ah, it's the custom Pokeball. I had it on order. Thank you. Gramps! I almost forgot. What did you call me for? Oh, right. I have a request for you two. On the desk here is my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. John and Johnny, take these with you. And then we received the Pokédex. You can't get detailed data on Pokemon just by seeing them. You must catch them to obtain complete data. And even though I'm not going to go for a 100% run catching all the Pokemon because that would just take too much time, like, believe me, it's completely possible. But I'm just not going to take the time to do it because it's kind of meaningless and it doesn't give you too big of a reward at all. It just basically says, hey, you got it. Good job. But, I do need to catch a certain number of Pokemon so I can beat the game completely as far as, like, completing objectives, so I do want to do that. John, I hate to say this, but you won't be necessary for this. I know. I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one. Ha ha ha. Don't bother coming around to my place after this. Well, I'll go to your place. And I'll get way more than a map out of your sister, you trust me now. Anyway. I don't want this episode to drag out too long. I got all the main objectives out of the way. I went ahead and got the Pokeball and Pokédex. So now, if you go to your bag, you actually have 5 Pokeballs. And now we can actually go catch Pokemon and start collecting, adding to our team, leveling up a whole team, and getting ready for the entire adventure ahead. So after coming in here, talking to Johnny's sister, grabbing the town map from her, and being nice enough to not do anything else, I'm going to leave this episode off and point out that Johnny doesn't even have his own floor. This is his entire house. Him and his sister sleep on a table or on a plant. It's their only options. Or a bookshelf. I'll give him the bookshelf. Sleeping on a bookshelf would be kind of lame. Anyway, that's all for this episode. Until next time. Then I'm going to go back inside. Okay. Been dragging on long enough. So anyway, till next time, thank you guys very much for watching, and goodbye.